Okay. So passive pressure is working really well on this material. I'm starting to like it for that reason. There may be a crack in it there, but it's not, doesn't look bad. If I could get one nice flake to go up the middle there, that'd be perfect. I went easy on that one because I didn't want it to create another dive, but I went too easy. All I need is a narrow flake to go up in there. But I think I'm going to have to attack it from some other direction. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't want to push my luck. Alright, so this other side doesn't look as pretty as this one. Well, I don't know. Looks okay. I'm going to try to finish this up. I noticed the shards from this material aren't as bad as regular glass. I can brush them off without having to worry too much about cutting myself when I'm brushing these off. Yeah, little step fracture mistakes. I'm rushing the pressure flaking, so I get little step fractures like that. Anyway, a little bit of a braiding, not too much. I don't want to ruin my nice sharp edge. But I do want to get rid of these little fingernail steps and make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, so this is a very careful pass, or it's going to be, hopefully. So I really don't need to do it, but it's just for the video. It's for cosmetic flaking and thinness. It's kind of random. I'm not going in sequence. Not really. Just depends on where I see a good opportunity. I crunched that one. I can come back and get that little crunched looking area. I can take it away with the final sharpening. Trying to be very careful with these flakes. I think I'm going to need to add some more power. Or I'll just pick those out of there. Pick those step fractures out of there with a thin tip. Yeah, that works. The spatula tip to the rescue. Very thin. I can get in though into those step fractures and lift them off. just a few more pressure flicks and then do the notching. Okay, so I think I know. I think I'm going to do some deep notches from the base and see how that works out. Now this material was giving me kind of a hard time with the notching because I was blowing away the sides of the notch. So I'm going to be careful not to do that this time. I'm not sure the type. I'm not going for a type. And this notcher is not as narrow as the other one. The one I was using to pop off the step fractures with is thinner than this one. This one has got some mass to it. So I'm basically just crunching these in, hoping I don't get a stall or too much of that white powdery edge. I can always come back and get the white powdery edge off with a narrow or a more narrow or a more pointy flaker. Okay, I gotta be careful not to snap the tip off. I'm putting more pressure now. Snap the tip off on my glove. I don't want to be gripping it, I don't want to be gripping it on this side either, just pushing in the middle. It's very easy at this stage to snap off one of the barbs. I'm going to try to go as deep as possible here. It's safest just to crunch in little by little. But as it gets thicker, you need more pressure, so you just got to be careful not to put too much. I don't want that bulb to expand out and take off a barb. Or to create a crack where I don't want one. Just a nice little bulb, not too big, not too small. It might be more effective with a vertical flaker, but I'm just going to crunch these in with the horizontal flaker. I'm stalling that one out, so I'll stop on that side. Well, I do need to pop out that last little flake so it doesn't look weird. I have a partially detached flake at the bottom of that notch, and I hate those. Go with a thinner spatula. Okay, that got it out pretty much. Still kind of stalled. I don't care. There. One little pop out and most of that goes away. Most of that stall. Alright, so other side. It was pretty adventurous and risky with that one, but I wanted a nice pop out to get it thinned down. It was starting to worry me that I wouldn't be able to power through that thick area. Nice. So with a larger point, the notches are not that bad. You know what I mean? They're easier to do, much easier. You gotta be careful in creating a bunch of step fractures at the bottom of this notch. Let's see if I can sneak around and expand the notch. I can get rid of. There's a bunch of little step fractures now. I wasn't paying attention. Around the bottom of that notch, I crunched it too hard. So if I expand it a little, I might be able to get rid of all that. I want it to be nice and, well, clean like this other side, not all crushed. I did a pretty good job crushing that. I should just stop messing with it because it's deep enough. Okay. So even if it's a little crushed at the base or of that notch, I don't care. All right, so I'll just clean up the edges. don't really need to do too much more to it. Let's see. I don't want to pick at the edges too much and ruin that bold look, that bold flaking. But I do need to, I think these barbs are a little bit too dull as far as the edges on the barbs. The barbs are too thick. I think I can take those down a little bit, make them sharper. I still see some abrading, signs of abrading. So I'm just removing flakes where I think it's dull, where it looks dull. Or thick. I could probably do this better with antler. Let's see. Luckily, I just had an antler flaker nearby. What a coincidence. Yeah. Yeah, so much easier to grab the edge with a piece of antler. Still got a little step fracture though. Yeah. I need to get used to the antler. Although it does grab the edge better, I'm not used to it. I've got steel in the brain. Okay, let's see, I don't know. I still have time. I'm just worried about the time there. I don't want the edge too perfect. I want it a little bit jaggedy because it's sharper that way. But you can get down to very fine, minute serrations or little tiny flake removals and get that edge very smooth and or relatively smooth. But I want it kind of jagged. Contributes to that bold look. So I'm just looking to see if there's any areas that look dull from the abrading. Alright, that's good enough. Strengthen the base a little bit. Aha, I see some powdery areas on the barb, on the inside of the barb. I'm sure they didn't worry too much about the inside of the barb. But oh well. Okay, so there's still some areas here that kind of bug me. Little crushed areas. I could probably pick all that stuff out of there, but I'm just going to leave it. Yeah, if I keep doing that, it's going to look less narrow. All right, let's see. So yeah, that's good for that lateral dart point. Yeah, perfect. If I was going to haft it, I would probably round. There's two ways to haft it. You know, with a square top. A lot of these at lateral dart foreshafts had squared off tops, but for this one I think I'd round it a little bit. Have it sticking out slightly because it is obsidian and it's more delicate. It'll snap right across the top of that stem. So I would extend it past the stem, round it off, and then maybe I don't know, if it worked, I could put some wraps over the top, but I probably wouldn't. I just wrap it a little bit below and leave some exposed wood, and then cover the whole thing with resin or mastic. But there you go. That'll fit perfectly. Let's see, the width on this, I think I measured this before. I think 11 millimeters is the average for an lateral dart. Well, no, 10 maybe. This is at 9 there. Nine millimeters. So about a ½ inch, a little bit more. Let's see, 1/16 more than a ½ inch. That's 9/16, or 9 millimeters is about average. Okay. There you go. Funny how that fits just right, huh? I'm getting used to the width, the thickness, I mean. Okay. Thumbnail.